Welcome to the Athletes Canvas channel, where the athletes display their God-given gift, talent, and ability. Yes, we are here on the Athletes Canvas channel, and today we want to talk about the EPL. Yes, the EPL is the best league in the world. The EPL is the most exciting league in the world. And when you want to watch a good game of football or soccer, look no further than the English Premier League, which is the EPL. All right, let's jump right into it and talk about the EPL. But before we do so, we are asking you, please like, share, and subscribe to the Athletes Canvas channel, where the athletes display their God-given gift, talent, and ability, or ability and talent. All right, let's jump right into it and talk about the EPL. As you all know, Arsenal is the champion for EPL after 22 years. 22 years wait long. Arsenal, they emerge winner for the EPL. A lot of people did not want Arsenal to win. A lot of people prefer Manchester City to win over Arsenal, but God is on Arsenal's side, and Arsenal came out on top. Yes, Arsenal, they won the league Tuesday when Bournemouth drew with Manchester City. So Arsenal, they are the 2025-26 EPL champion. And Mikel Arteta is grinning from ear to ear. Anyway, let's jump right into the games that are going to play this Sunday. And as you all know, each aspect of the table, a team are playing or fighting for something. Yes, a team are playing for something. Whether it's Champions League, whether it's Europa League, whether it's Conference League, or whether it's relegation. This EPL is very physical. This EPL is very, I should say, it's a very hard league. A very hard league. Yes, because each aspect of the table, teams are playing for something. All right. Let's jump right into it and talk about, what's gonna happen this Sunday. This Sunday, you have Manchester City will be playing Aston Villa, and as you all know, Aston Villa, they are the champion for the Europa League. They won the Europa League by Unai Emery, and he won it 5 times. So he is the big man who won the league so many times. All right. Manchester City will be playing Aston Villa, and Aston Villa, they are fighting to try to keep their spot to play Champions League. Yes, that's what they're keeping their spot. They're keeping their spot to play Champions League. Liverpool could overtake them if Aston Villa should lose to Man City and Liverpool won at Sunderland by a certain amount of goals, then Liverpool will take their spot. But for now, Aston Villa, they are in 4th. And I think when they go to the Etihad, they're going to try to maintain that position. Even if it is a draw, I think they will accept the result. But let me tell you, Manchester City is not an easy team to play against in the Etihad. They are dangerous in the Etihad. So, Manchester City will be playing Aston Villa, and I am sticking my head out and say this game looks like it have draw written all over it, but that's my opinion. That's my opinion. So, let's leave that game alone and we're moving on. We're moving on to the next game between Fulham and Newcastle. And I think Fulham might get the edge over Newcastle. Fulham might get the edge over Newcastle because Newcastle, Eddie Howe, is under a little bit of pressure, and he would like to come and win this game to go out, with a strong finish. But Fulham, they have other things in their mind. So Fulham and Newcastle, I will stick my neck out and say Fulham will get the better of Newcastle. All right, Liverpool versus Brentford. And when Liverpool is playing at Anfield, they are a different team. The energy level rises 100%. And it's hard for you to come to Anfield and beat Liverpool. You have to be some special team or have to be playing very, very well to come to Anfield and get a result. So, Liverpool versus Brentford, I would go for Liverpool over Brentford. I would go and say Liverpool will win. Liverpool will win over Brentford. All right, let's jump right into the next game. The next game we have is Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth. As you all know, Bournemouth is a team that knocked out Manchester City out of the title race. They are the one that knocked them out. They are the one that drew that game. Yes, they are the one that drew that game at the Bournemouth field, the Bournemouth football field. Yeah. So I would say Bournemouth would win over Nottingham Forest. And why I want Bournemouth to beat Nottingham Forest? Because of the owner of Nottingham Forest. He do not know how to treat people. He do not know how to talk to people because they got their money. They can talk to people some kind of way. And I didn't like the way how we did with Santo Espirito. The coach that coached West Ham, he do him dirt. Yes, I'm going to tell the truth. He do him dirt. And I didn't like it. That's why I want Nottingham Forest to be relegated. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. They are moving away from the relegation zone. And they are climbing up the ladder. Yes, they are climbing up. But anyway, let's jump right into the next game. The next game we have is Brighton versus Manchester United. Brighton versus Manchester United. And Brighton, they are looking in Europe. They are peeping in Europe. So, you never know. Brighton might just upset Manchester United. Our next game that we have is Spurs versus Everton. And Spurs is fighting to stay in the league. Spurs is fighting to not get relegated. So, if Spurs could win this game or drew this game, then they will go through. And if West Ham should win their game, they'll have to score a lot of goals. A lot of goals. So Spurs and Everton, and I would say Spurs over Everton. Next game you have is West Ham versus West Ham. No, sorry. Next game you have is Wolves versus Burnley. Wolves and Burnley, they are already relegated. Wolves and Burnley, they are really relegated. So those games are of academic interest. Those games have no interest, but still gonna talk about it anyway. You have Burnley versus Wolves. And Burnley, the way how Burnley play Arsenal this week or last week or whatever week, the way how they play Arsenal, you can see that they did not want Arsenal to win. But Arsenal came out on top and they won. So who is the champion now? So you have Burnley versus Wolves, and they just play till they run out of energy. Anyway, let's talk about the next game. Next game is West Ham versus Leeds. And West Ham, they're in a relegation dogfight with Tottenham. And if Tottenham win and West Ham win, Tottenham will stay up in the league and West Ham will be out. If West Ham win and Tottenham lost, depends on the goal difference, West Ham will go to play Premier League. So, like I said, there's all aspects of the table, teams are fighting for something. And this is one of them where they are fighting to stay in the league. Fighting to stay in the league. They don't want relegated, so they are fighting to stay in the league. In the next game, not least or not last, but the game between Crystal Palace and Arsenal. Crystal Palace, they have a Europa Conference League, UEFA Conference League sometime next week. So they want to use less of their players, not say less, but one who need a game, one who need to come in the game, they put them in the game to do the work because in their mind, Arsenal are coming and Ebs are coming, so they have to be prepared. So Aston Villa, sorry, not Aston Villa, no, sorry, not Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, they are going to come and fight Arsenal, but I think Arsenal are going to have too much quality to lose this game. Even though they are keeping their eyes on the Champions League because they're playing the final, they will want to beat Crystal Palace and call it a day. So there you have it. There you have it for the Hot Leads Canvas channel, where the Hot Leads display their God-given gift, talent and ability, or ability and talent. Until next time, peace out.